just as good even when.
Where you guys been? Oh, commercial break. Forgot. 10:34 right here on this 4th day of April. It's a Tuesday in downtown Alton, and Brown Bag Bistro just celebrated its 5th years, I don't know, 5-year anniversary. I just watched Harry Potter, so I got a little bit of that dialect going on. But 5 years of, being in business in any venture is tough. But to be not only 5 years in business, but to turn into the staple lunch spot, in my opinion, has to be really cool to feel, 5 years. So how are you guys feeling ahead of this?
Great.
Yeah.
I feel great. Humbled, honored, and all of the above.
Can't believe it's been 5 years. I mean, it literally flew. It's scary.
It seems like just yesterday you guys were seriously opening, and then the Brown Bag, the mobile, what do you guys call the cart?
Itty bitty.
Yeah.
Itty bitty Brown Bag Bistro.
Now, did you guys have that right away, or did that come later on?
That came later on.
Like a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah. We're having some mechanical issues with it right now, so it hasn't had any appearances lately, but
Hopefully soon.
yeah.
Stay tuned. That's a tease in the radio business. Yeah. So with that being said, how did the idea of Brown Bag Bistro just develop? How did it start? You're throwing it over.
We could look at each other and say, how did it start? But, I had, my brother and I had bought the building next door, the general store, and had the candy shop, and there was just no way, for it to sustain itself.
Right.
I've always loved to cook, and I thought, you know what, when and if this building next door becomes available, let's start a restaurant. And so that's what we did, with absolutely no experience except Erin working at loading dock, and other than that, I had never stepped foot in a commercial kitchen, nor had any of my other family members, so it just worked.
That is really cool to hear, actually. I did not.
The failure rate's pretty high in the restaurant business.
And it doesn't matter how much experience you have.
Yes.
Wow. So with that being said, you started in 2018.
Yes.
And, life's going strong. Life's good right there because you're already off. You had a bit. I remember the crowds were just loving everything you guys were doing. But what was your first menu? Has it been the same for those 5 years?
We've definitely added to it, yeah.
What was the initial round lineup? Do you guys remember?
The initial would have been like I think it was like 7 or 8 sandwiches. So it would have been like the Sammy Roux, the Rosie Roux, so the 2 Reubens, the Bistro Club, the Adamo.
My favorite.
Yeah. And what else?
So that was the original lineup. Of course, was based on family members like the Sammy Roux, the Rosie Roux. That was my mother and father. The Adamo's the Italian family name. So
the stuffed Sicilian.
The stuffed Sicilian. Yeah. Yep. My dad was 100% Sicilian, so we just have expanded from there. But we were given advice. You guys don't know what you're doing, so you really need to limit your menu. And we listened, and thank God we did.
Well, and honestly, I am such a fan of your guys' sandwiches. It's my favorite place to go for lunch because it's a great price, and I know I'm going to eat well. There's never a time I leave hungry.
Well, thanks. we try
like
that.
to eat too, yeah.
It helps in the business.
Yeah.
This is more of a personal question. How did the idea of the Adamo start? Because this seriously is my favorite sandwich of all time.
My niece had something to do with that, and if you go up on the hill, there's a lot of, Italian sandwiches like Amaghetti's or whatever. So I'll give a lot of credit to my niece on that one. And then we've got our house dressing on that, which adds, a lot to it.
Well, and too, what I think is so cool that you guys do is you always keep us informed and engaged with what you guys are doing, like your text lines. And by the way, if you want to be a part of it, 618-202-2469, and just text Bistro. But how did you guys develop those? Because, like you said, new to the restaurant or the restaurant industry, was that something early on you guys wanted to make sure you
That is all my daughter.
Wow, awesome.
I'm out of that technical generation.
Good teamwork, though.
That's what makes it work.
Does.
Yeah. I stay out of things I don't know.
Yeah.
Same here.
I mean, that generational gap there that I am a little bit better at the technology things than her. But we get a lot of help too. I mean, I have like someone that manages the website. We recently hired like someone that creates content, like videos for us. So just a lot of feedback there, and you can see the posts that people engage in and what they like. They like when the staff is involved or when we're involved, or just like a really close up sandwich photo they love. So
that's really
just stuff like that.
Really cool. And what I think is really cool is that you guys are doing a really cool gift card, special this week, celebrating this 5 years. Take us through it. How can we participate in this?
So we're closed Sunday because of Easter, but then through Saturday you can get a $50 gift card for $40 or a $25 gift card for $20.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and there's no limit. So I mean, buy as many as you want. Stock up. Yeah.
That's for all of you at home right there.
Yeah.
So,
Stock up.
do you guys remember the first day you were open?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We were like, make it stop. Like, they kept printing. It was terrifying.
We were deer in headlights.
Yeah,
I can honestly tell you that. And then the person that helped us set up the POS system, the point of sale system, was just there to help us. But
to make sure there was no like malfunction.
Yeah, I can tell you, I wanted to unplug the machine and say, stop printing.
And honestly, like it was like low in sales. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just like the first day we were like, oh my god,
we just didn't know what we were doing.
It was like the Lucy episode where they're on the conveyor belt and all the candies keep coming.
Yes. And then the best was my other daughter, Kylie, came home from college to surprise us. That was like the first week or something.
Yeah.
And she's all excited, I'm here surprising us. And we like barely looked at her.
Because she lives in Nashville, so she
at the time
town.
She was coming from Bradley.
Oh, she was in school. She was in school.
She surprised us coming home.
Yeah.
We barely said hello and said, throw on an apron and please help.
Yeah, she did too.
Welcome back. Now get in the kitchen.
Get in the kitchen and help. Yeah, it was a great moment.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
Well, that's why I think it's so cool with what you guys do, because you can see the family and just that atmosphere that you guys have internally, and I think it rubs off, on the patrons and on your menu too.
We're always a presence. One of us is always there. So yeah.
And now, with that being said, how did you guys practice the menu lineup? Because that's something I've always been curious on. Was it just a lot of eating sandwiches at home beforehand? Is it just let's just see what happens and make them?
I think Erin will say this too. Like sometimes, like in 10 minutes, I'll come up with just ideas, and with the input of the staff and Erin, we're like, this works. Let's send it out. Yeah. So stay tuned, because our new sandwich is going to be called the Feisty Porker.
Oh, that sounds good. All righty. That is really cool. And now, so when did you guys start adding to the menu? When were you confident enough to go, all right, we got this pretty much ironed out?
Like, right? I think so like 2019, we started doing like a monthly special. So a different sandwich every month. That kind of stopped when COVID hit, and it was just a lot. But gradually we just, hey, this monthly special sold super well. Like, let's just make it permanent. Is kind of how a lot of those happened. Yeah.
I like it. So that's really cool.
Yeah, we've definitely grown in our confidence.
Yeah.
We know not to, if something just doesn't work, like we cannot send this out.
Yeah.
Now we got that reputation to keep up.
Well, and that's the thing, you guys really did in 5 years not a lot of people have experienced what you guys do in that term of, just becoming that namesake spot. And I mean, how does that really feel to look back 5 years ago and go, wow, from day one to day, how many days 5 years is, We're here.
Great.
It's unreal.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, because we do work a lot of hours. We're like, God, this pays off, and but we've got great we're 10:30 to 3.
Right.
Now we're closed on Tuesdays, so you can be there, and typically, we're working a normal day job for most people, just with that gratification that this is ours.
Right.
I think you tend to work harder when it's with something that you have to look forward to.
And now, did you have any, with that general store, before that you purchased that, was business something you always wanted to do, was to open something up?
I know I'm of the type personality that I just needed to work for myself, And then I was in partnership with my brother, and we rehabbed a lot of homes, and we're, so that's come to an end. But I still have, rental property, and we're getting ready to turn a little place into an Airbnb on 3rd Street. So cool. That's our next venture.
That's really cool. Yeah. Now, I got to ask you, because I ask every business this, because I think it affected every industry differently. How were you guys able to manage that COVID pandemic with it being so just crazy for those first 3 months?
That to-go window that we have just saved it.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, weirdly enough, that to-go window was always in place since we've opened, but we didn't use it prior to COVID. Just because like carryout wasn't, we did a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Really quick, just a little bit of, if you're driving on, this is some breaking news, I hate to do this, on Route 3 in Hartford, we're getting some reports of a car and a semi getting into a wreck. There's a partial road closed, so find an alternative route for the time being. We'll keep you updated on Route 3. Sorry about that, but wanted to make sure we got that news.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And so circling back, did the window, was that always there?
Yeah, the window was always there, but we didn't utilize it until COVID started, and now we haven't looked back there. It's been great. We have like a hardwired doorbell and everything.
It's pretty.
When my brother
up.
put that in, I'm thinking, well, I don't know why that's there, but
Yeah.
boy, there must have been some vision that he had at the time.
It took 2 years to use it, but
Yeah.
now it's great.
Oh, it is.
And take us through, because it's not easy to renovate the space you guys were in either, because you guys had, that's a beautiful location,
Yes.
great layout, but a lot of updating needed to be done, I'm sure.
Yes.
Take us through those steps.
It was a 2.5-year project, and my brother, hats off to him, he designed it. I did a lot of the painting and such, and did some of the hard work. But as far as the design and anything in the beautiful hardwork or woodwork you see there is compliments of my brother Mark.
A pool company came in and did the patio.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's what I think is so cool, is that there's your guys' family touch. No matter what part of the family, it seems like there's some personal touch in the building.
Yeah, there definitely is. There's a lot of memories, there with rehabbing it.
And now I wanted to ask you, because we got some text questions coming in. If you want to text in 618-759-7469. Do you guys do bulk orders? If someone wanted to call in ahead of time and have a little smaller staff lunch or a little family lunch, can you guys do those?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
We don't have a catering menu.
Right.
But I mean, it's nothing for us to get a call, hey, we need 40 sandwiches. Yeah, it happens.
What's the most sandwiches you guys have had to make on an order?
We haven't done it since the disaster that happened at the Amazon facility.
Oh.
But prior to that, we would get up at like 2, 3 in the morning and would feed the Amazon
And it was
staff.
actually that building that was
yeah.
destroyed. We had done
Yeah.
it maybe 4 or 5 times. And like I said, we would get up at 2 in the morning and had to be there
Yeah.
at 5:30 to deliver 150 to 200 sandwiches.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So that was probably the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I wasn't I was expecting, like 50 sandwiches.
Oh no, it
Wow.
would be like 200 at that early in the morning, and then we would like go take a nap and
Go
wake
back,
up
go back
again.
and make
to
sandwich.
work, yeah.
It's like, and to me, that would almost turn into Groundhog Day after sandwich 55. It's like, where are we at? Just keep making them,
Yeah.
Keep counting.
With that being said, too, are you guys have any plans on moving? Are you guys where you're at for a while?
Like, you mean like a second
yeah,
location?
second location, or even
We're not moving. We're there.
Yeah,
but-
we're there. I can't imagine a different space.
Yeah.
I think it would be awesome if, a second location eventually opened, or if
Yeah.
someone wanted to like franchise it out, so we didn't have to deal with all that. But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
to me,
we're staying there.
What was the biggest learning curve for you guys with this business? For both of you, don't mind me asking you both. What was that first biggest learning curve, or the biggest?
Gosh, everything for me, from ordering to, like, we didn't even know how to hang tickets. And, one of the cooks is like, where are we going to hang tickets? And we're like, can you just tell us? We don't know what to do. So you
Right.
buy that rail and you hang tickets. That's how much I didn't know. But
Wow.
Gosh, we learned from everybody. And, but it's been fun. And now, like I say, we've just grown in confidence, and I like to learn new things, and so I
Yeah.
get bored very easily, and so I think that's part of the venture for me, learning every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mine, I think, would just be like learning how to navigate ordering and stuff like that, because, hey, we need this this is the price, not knowing originally, you can do all this negotiation and bounce around with different companies.
Yeah.
And we're
that's
good
what
at that now.
That's what I would have done, because I'm not a very. I just said, okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's why I can't take my car to the shop.
Yeah.
Someone
You're
else
not
is
good at bargaining.
Yeah, no.
Well, and a lot of it's too, like, middle-aged men, and I think they're like, whoa. Like,
I can see that,
yeah.
though. Especially in that sales industry, they're going,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. We're going to take
Yeah.
some commission here.
Yeah.
Not today.
Let mom step in. I know how to negotiate.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is really really cool. And with that being said, I mean, what's your kind of just how's it been just to have people coming up and going, hey guys, happy 5 years? What's your kind of message to the community for everything?
We wouldn't be there without the community.
No,
But
yeah.
the bottom line, and also without the staff.
Yeah.
You can
For
come
sure.
up with any recipe, but it's the cooks.
Yeah. A lot of them have been with us for 3-4 years
years,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
In small business, that's seriously unheard of.
Yeah.
Well, we
it's
try to
great.
treat them well.
Wow.
So-
That too, and on top of it, I have a couple more questions because we're running out of time already. It's crazy; it just seems to keep flying by today. With that being said, though, how is it to, especially right now, because you see so many times, and especially in your industry, with lettuce and certain things, with the prices raising, and it seems like everything's going up astronomically. Is it just your guys' negotiate? How are you guys able to kind of keep your costs the same, because they really haven't risen at all?
Well, unfortunately, we are about to do a little bit of menu increase just because we have to. Like you said, it's been over a year since we've done anything.
Right.
But stuff like that, we were getting produce from one source and now we're having to switch it and get it from a different source just to make costs go down a little bit. So you just have to find loopholes in ways like that and do what you can.
Just like take out bags or anything like that.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Buying stuff in bulk has helped a lot, so we'll get to-go boxes in on pallets, just even if it brings it down 5 cents a box, it is what it is.
Right.
So stuff
that adds
like
up
that.
real quick.
Yeah.
Well, that is really insightful. And like I said, I'm just going through your Facebook now and seeing how much fun you guys have on this, because that's what it's about. And I think that's what, draws us to Brown Bag Bistro is just like I said before, the atmosphere. And you are my spirit animal. I'm just going to tell you this right now.
For beer on the patio.
Yes, when you're putting water in your flowers.
Yeah.
I love it. That's me.
There you go.
She was like, not in this outfit. I was like, oh, they'll love it.
But that's me in my rehab clothes.
She wears paint clothes like that all the time.
That is so cool. You can't go wrong with the Coors Light and water and flowers.
You're right. You're right.
That's for sure. That's the next shirt. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. And is there anything else you want to hit on before I let you go?
No, stay tuned for that
the next
feisty
5 years.
porker. Yeah.
And I got to come try that sandwich.
will have
I'll
to.
give the official review on the show. 1051, guys, thank you so much and happy and congratulations on 5
Yes.
years.
Yeah, thank you
thanks
for
so
having
much.
us.
And looking forward to hanging out with you guys for the next 5. 1051 on this 4th day of April. We'll take a quick break. Our daily show wraps up after this.